about 4 grand.
Yeah, get up 4 grand and then just add it.
It's early in the morning, guys. We're about to head back. Got Fox Chamber in the house. If you can appreciate that shirt, give me a thumbs up. How about that? Look, we're gonna drive this Coyote car right here. I don't know this guy. You know, I don't know him from Adam, but I tell you what, we're gonna drive his car. Now, as you all know, this is FOXCAST. He's got a badass Coyote swap Foxbody, right? Well, we have talked about this for what, at least a year now. Yeah. At least a year, me driving this car. Last time we came up, I didn't get a chance to really do it. But today, we're getting ready to head out. He come on over, and we're gonna drive this car. And I'm gonna give you my first impressions, what I think of it. I already know I'm gonna like it, but that's beside the point. So let's go ahead, hop in the car, go for a drive. All right, guys, this is the first time ever starting a Coyote Fox. Now, I know that seems like a silly thing, but for me, you know, these things sound a certain way whenever you start them up.
They do. Well,
both cars, but I'm used to the old school Pushrod 302. So I'm already looking at a different gauge cluster. So I'm looking at the Dakota gauge cluster here, and it's already different, and I just don't know what to expect whenever I start it up. I've heard him start it, but it's different, right? Not too different. The starter obviously is definitely a lot better.
And you can there's actually different tuners have them start different ways. Sometimes they go, you know, kind of flare.
I hear that all the time at the gas stations.
Yeah, you hear that the S550s.
Yeah, it's like an intentional thing, you know, to scare people whenever they start up.
I'm taking over the reins, boys.
Clutch feels great. What clutch is this, by the way?
It's a Exetti for a slightly modded 03 Cobra. So it's 26 spline and you know all that. Yeah, you can go this way. Guys, you will hear a little noise. I've got this garbage UPR battery box in the back. And it makes all kinds of noise, so please don't mind the little rattle noises. Man, it's hot today.
Yeah, it is. It's already hot. Look, you're not supposed to be having this weather.
Not yet,
okay,
no.
Do you know what the temperature was yesterday?
I'm going to say it was like 93, wasn't it?
It was 90. Well, I saw 95 on the thing. But do you know what the temperature was in South Alabama? 83.
Oh my God! See, we should have had Ford Takeover down there.
Yeah, but that was just an anomaly. Oh, my sunburns.
Crazy. Yeah, we're burnt bad. And I also figured out my brand new AC lines. Apparently, one has a leak and my air doesn't work.
What transmission is in here?
It's a TR3650. Now you gotta hit it though. Once we get to a spot.
Yeah, once we get to a spot, but.
And the thing is too, you gotta remember, sweep it all the way up 72, 73.
That is crazy.
You can mat it. You'll be riding about 4 grand and mat it. You need to just.
Yeah, I saw that. So I kind of want to just get a feel of how it was going to pull. And like you said, it's hard to explain. I can't explain it to you, but it's like it just keeps pulling. I don't know how else to say it, but. It's strong down low and it stays strong.
Right. It's amazing. And it's only got 373 in it right now. Yeah, but the transmission, it's a 3650, but it's built by Hanlon. They use parts that normally they use to upgrade a T56. Okay. So it's got the 26 spline input shaft. It's got, you know, billet blockers and all the, I don't know all the stuff they put in it, but it's good stuff. And once you get past this church, you're good. A lot of times they'll hang out right here. Alright. Yeah, you're good and you're on tires. So.
Jesus Christ. Yes, sir. Dude, when it got up into the RPMs, it wanted to stand a little bit.
I felt it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was good with it.
I was like, yeah, we're on tires, so they'll hold, they'll just...
I felt the tire, it skated a little bit, but it was still pulling, so I said, okay, dude, I'm amazed. Well, you told me, you know, you kind of hit it around, like, it's different. It's different, I think you'll like it. And I didn't know what to expect. guys, it's something to experience. I'll tell you that.
Oh, turtle.
I don't want to swing too wide with these tires.
We're on skinnies, but yeah.
That it's strong down low, but somehow it finds a way to pull harder and harder and harder, and you're just like, there's no way it's going to give out at some point, but it doesn't give out of breath.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems is that's why I put the shift light in, because you feel like, oh, we're still making power, let's roll with it. And you'll look up and you're at $8,000. You're like, oh my God,
it's crazy.
You kind of need the bottom end in the car, you know.
Yeah, you need to keep it. I think I shifted somewhere around 7, and maybe a little more. I didn't get too crazy with it, dude.
No.
The RPMs.
Yeah, let her rip. The other thing I wanted to get your take on, when I didn't want like the notchiness of a T56 or a 36 or a TKO 600, 500, all those, and they turned me on to this transmission. They said it shifts like a T5 because I'm kind of old school. That's what I learned to shift. Yeah. So your take, does it feel and shift similar to a T5?
It's very similar to the T5. As a matter of fact, it reminds me of the Z-Spec because it's got the different shift fork pads and all that stuff in it, and the blocker rings and all that. So it shifts notchy but smooth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a firm shift, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I should have turned around right back there, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Turn around. But yeah, it shifts really good. It's definitely T5-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
It feels great, like the shifter and everything. What shifter's in it?
It's Pro 5.0, and he's got these. It's Bob Hanlon. He he drag raced stick cars for years, so he takes them apart and resprings them in files and mildly modded, you know.
Yeah, it shifts great. It's a firm, notchy feel, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to hold you out of the gear, if you know what I mean. That's what you want, though. I mean, man, I like it.
I could never get used to like the T56. I always hated how they shifted. I never felt confident, really getting after them. And
yeah, the T56 is I don't know how to explain those either, really, other than the fact that they're stiff.
Yeah,
they're really stiff. But I got an MGW in my T56, and it does great.
Yeah, and you're right though. I've heard people say the MGW will kind of take that notchiness out.
It does. It pulled a lot of it out for me. But there again, we talked about it on the channel. I like a T5. I really do. I like the way they shift. This honestly reminds me a lot of a T5.
And see, I was thinking about doing it because with a QuickTime you can bell housing, but the synchros they won't handle the RPM.
Yeah. I just love the RPM range. That was 5,000 RPM right there, like it was nothing,
Yeah.
And you can just tell, you do 5,000 RPM in my car, like it's ready to blow up. You got one more 1,000 before you got to shift.
Once you get straightened up, if you go back down to first gear, get it about 4,000 RPM, just hit it, and it's like it's amazing that it can still pull like that at $4,000, and you still got some range to do it.
Yeah, I do kind of want to see that because typically, you do that in a regular pushrod car, and it's and you got to shift immediately.
5,500 and it's over.
Yeah, no doubt. This thing drives good though, man. It rides good. It drives good. It's a good solid car here, and it actually feels really planted even with the skinnies on it.
Yeah, it's got all the maximum stuff under it, which it took a long time to get everything adjusted to where it would drive and ride like this. But after a lot of tweaking and playing with it, we're here. Or you can go from dead, whatever you want to do, dude.
Go from a little roll.
Which will roll, it won't do all that great.
Yeah. You said about $4,000.
Yeah, get it up $4,000 and then just mat it. I told you, man, that's kind of that sweet spot, and it just freaking eats.
I love it, dude. I could bang gears in this thing. Oh, well, I'm trying to take it easy, but I'm like,
don't take it easy.
There, no, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all, this thing it's a blast, dude. This thing is a blast. I'm glad you got me to do that because it's rowdy. It's rowdy, even on tires.
You nailed them shifts too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you freaking nailed it.
This shifts like a T5, guys. I like it. I absolutely approve. That was worth it, right there.
Yeah.
That hit. I'm glad you told me to do that. That was fun. It was like a damn roller coaster ride, but it was there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was ready. I'd like to see the marks.
They're probably pretty decent.
Yeah, probably so. Oh man, well, I hate to say I'm sold because I said I wouldn't ever really have a need for it, but I get it now.
Yeah.
And I understood what everybody was saying about them. They're more dependable. They're this, they're that. I mean, we get it, but I guess you just got to drive one, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. It's the total package,
Especially for us old guys,
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, if you go back to October of 2017, you watched my video where I'm trying to decide what to do. My plan was a 363 at that point. And then my buddy, who I had known Dover real long, he's like, man, you got to ride in my white car. I just put a Coyote. I was like, oh, okay. And he took me for a ride, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
That made my mind immediately. And because I've had 347 cars, and I've had 331s, I've had heads cam, Vortec cars, all that. And then I felt this, and it's a totally different beast. And when we go to these events and we're driving around town, going through Taco Bell drive-thrus and stuff, it's fine. It's like driving a new car, and so it's like having your cake and eat it too, so to speak.
All of us Mustang guys know that you can't go wrong with the Coyote and the Fox, and you're like, okay, I get it. I mean, it's going to run good, it's going to make power, but you got to drive one, guys, to understand. It just, like you said, it feels like a new car.
And last and final, as far as I'm concerned, guys, just because we've got another cool option to keep your Mustang or Foxbody or whatever Ford powered, that is in no way saying that I dislike Pushrods for any reason, or they're not great engines or anything like that. We've got options now.
Yeah, we've got options. And look, guys, me and Caleb have talked about this. I know you get flack all the time about it's always Coyote. It's always Coyote. It's not always Coyote, but I mean, you got to understand this is kind of what he does now. But you also are building, or you're putting together a pushrod car, right? Project 4 to 8 is a pushrod car, and we've talked about doing something else. You mentioned the possibility of doing something. Man, I love it.
I'm so glad you got to drive it. I've been wanting to do this video for so long.
I hope that was recording.
Yeah, we got a long section there. It's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll chop it up. All right, you guys, I'm impressed. I ran my mouth the whole time. I don't really have to say anything else. I completely understand. Am I now a Coyote guy? Well, I don't know. I think I'm still a pushrod guy, but I understand where he's coming from, and I respect it. Do I want one? Hell yeah, I want one. But they have their similarities in the power, but I guess if I had to compare it, the only thing that you're going to get to probably like compare to this is going to be like a maybe a 347 high compression engine with a little bit of gear in it, say like a 331 gear, 327 gear. Like the ability for that thing to be able to rev out and pull is kind of what you get with this car, but with what gears do you have? 373 gears. So I don't know, guys, we're going to talk about this more, but for now we're going to go ahead and load up. Caleb, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. We had a great time, and as always, thanks for watching.